Hi everyone, Michael Rubenfeld here. How are you? I hope you're well. I'm actually here to talk about something that I've decided to do um, because I I feel a little bit disconnected from people, or certainly from like you. And what I mean by that is that I make a lot of content that I put out into the world, Jewish content, Jewish Polish content. Some of it's humorous, some of it's not, but it kind of goes out into the world, and people will write me, which is really nice. But I don't. I guess I'm a people. I guess I'm a people person. I work in the theater, and I like to collaborate. I like to meet people, and I've decided that I'm going to start offering kind of tours. I say kind of tours because I'm not a tour guide, but I am myself. I am Michael Rubenfeld, and I'm very specific and unique in the Polish Jewish ecology in that I moved from North America to Poland. My family's roots are here in Poland, and I've basically come back to Poland, and I work quite in depth on the contemporary Jewish Polish conversation, capital C conversation. This might not come as any news for you, but I run a Jewish arts and activist festival here in Krakow. I also do a lot of plays. I'm an actor and a playwright, and I have several plays on around the country. Different collaborators, mostly with Marcin Wierzchowski, but I have a play called Jeszcze Polska nie zginęła on. I'm making a new piece with my friend Paul Bargetto, who I actually interviewed on my channel at one point. And they all revolve around Jewish subjects and Jewish questions that are quite specific to this region. Because I would say that I've fallen in fascination. What I mean by that? So, before moving to Poland, I didn't think about Poland at all, and I didn't think about myself as a Polish person. And when I started to come to Poland and ultimately move to Poland, I was just, I kind of had this superficial fascination with Poland, this superficial attraction, almost a kind of romantic attraction to it. And I've been here now for close to 10 years, and the romance is gone. I feel like I've gotten a good sense of both contemporary Polish culture, contemporary Jewish culture, contemporary Polish Jewish culture. I've learned a lot about Poland, and it's no longer romantic, but it is no less fascinating. And in fact, it's become more and more fascinating, more and more interesting, more and more complex. And partly it's just because how much I've learned and how much I continue to learn. I'm by no means an expert. I don't feel like I'll ever be an expert. I continue to study and to learn about Polish history, Jewish history, and 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 I've made a lot of projects here, primarily in Krakow, and I've learned a lot. And I kind of know a version of Krakow that very few people necessarily know. I might even know a version of Poland that very few people know because of how much I'm connected to the kind of Jewish arts scene across the country. I've made some short films. So yeah, I basically realized that I'm unique in this ecology, and I think that there's probably a lot of people, Polish people, who might be interested in what I've got to offer. It's not exclusively Polish people, but I think a lot of Polish people are the ones who watch my videos. If you're not Polish and you're coming to Krakow and you want to spend some time with me, I would like to do that. If you hadn't considered coming to Krakow or to Poland and you're not really sure what your entry point is, I would like to be your guide. Now, yeah, basically, I want to be your guide. Now, when I say guide, it's not a traditional tour guide, but it's a kind of guide into a a relationship to the Poland that I see, a relationship with me. Uh, and this is something that I'm going to be doing as a business, or as a side hustle, or just something that I do because I'd like to engage. I've given tours. I've given several tours to people, and I really like doing it. And people seem to really like getting them from me. Partly because I'm like, an actor, and so I'm good at talking about things and engaging. I like conversation. My perspective, I think, is unique and interesting. Yeah, and maybe, just maybe, you want to just hang out with me because you like my content. And, you know, I've had some people ask me to spend time with me, which is cool. But I'm like super busy that I discovered that attaching it to a kind of business gave me more of an excuse to spend time also with people. But really, what's most important is that I'm quite passionate about Poland as a contemporary space for the Jewish people, and that the Poland as a Jewish space is also very important for the Polish people. When I say Polish people, I mean non-Jewish Polish people. I kind of have to use a lot of really specific language when I talk about Jews and Poles, because there are Jewish Poles, there are non-Jewish Poles, and there are non-Polish Jews, which I like to call the diaspora, the Jewish diaspora. Anyways, so that's what I'm up to. There's a kind of link down below that will give you more information about what exactly that means. I'm basically offering, I can offer either kind of individual experiences, or sort of longer form. But if this interests you, let me know. Let me know below. Give me a like. And if you want to participate, get in touch. You could email me, Rubenfeld79 at gmail.com. And yeah, all the information, I've made a kind of info sheet that you can click on below. And I hope this might interest you. Share this with your friends and family, and let's meet. Okay, bye.